Hey guys, DPX here. Welcome to another, my final kind of like year-end video. You know, we're at the time recording 10 days into the new year, but you know, it's early enough. Here is my ranking of all the movies I saw from 2025. I feel like this list just gets shorter and shorter. I'm sorry, but like, I don't know what happened. I just didn't see a whole lot from 2025. 2026 is shaping up to be crazy, so hopefully 2026 I'll see more. But we got 14 movies, and this is all my opinion. Yeah, S, A, B, C, D, E, F. Right? We got an E tier and we got an F tier. And yeah, we'll just get it ranked. Captain America: Brave New World, the first of the MCU movies this year, or last year, I guess. I will say the MCU kind of did make a comeback, but you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at Captain America. Look, it's definitely like the most cohesive the MCU has felt, because you know they are actually like paying off some stuff that were like set up in other movies that were post Endgame that were never touched on. Like from Eternals, there's like Celestials, or these big ass people like outside of the Earth, you know. And that wasn't like at all addressed until now. Like, I like that, and also I do like how you know, you kind of follow things up from Incredible Hulk. The thing is, though, this is supposed to be like Sam Wilson's his movie, but it's not. It's really like it's really Ross's movie, you know. You know, and Harrison Ford, I think he's actually really good as Thunderbolt Ross. He was a good like recast for the late great William Hurt, but like it's like they make a sequel to Incredible Hulk. Like, that's basically what this movie is. And I don't like to use false advertising as a point against a movie, because they made the movie, then they made the advertising. But they really did advertise Red Hulk as like a big antagonist for this movie. He's really just like a third act final boss. Basically, that's really all he is, which is disappointing. But like, you can also tell this movie's a bit of a Frankenstein's monster, because like there were reports about reshoots. They like cut a whole bunch from the movie and like reshot it. There's like whole entire characters that were cut out of the movie, and they put like Giancarlo Esposito makes his like I feel like people have been wanting him to join the MCU for a while, and he makes his MCU debut. He was added in through reshoots, you know, and he didn't really do anything in the movie. So at the very least, it feels like, you know, this isn't like some disconnected thing. Like, I feel like this is a sign. It's also like, you know, a different regime. Like, after this movie, after they finished shooting this movie, a bunch of leadership changed over at Disney. Kevin Feige like didn't have power, but now he has the power back in with the Marvel movies. So I think things go up from here, but yeah, this was not it. It's not terrible. I'm gonna give it a C. Maybe it might even move down to a D, but for now I'll give it a C. Happy Gilmore 2. Now, I actually really enjoyed the first Happy Gilmore. You know, it's not like a 10 out of 10 masterpiece or anything like that, but it's one of Adam Sandler's better original movies, and it's about golf, and he's just playing golf in a golf tournament, and he's making it big in golf, you know, and it's like, yeah, it's just a fun little movie. So I was excited for Happy Gilmore 2, and I didn't watch it for a while, but I finally watched it, and not good. First off, the movie starts by immediately, and I mean immediately, killing off a legacy character, you know. And people say like, oh, like the first movie starts with killing off a character, so they did that in this movie. No, like, we didn't know that character in the first movie. We know this character that they killed off, and it's just like, what, like, why? And then the way that character gets killed off is so stupid. So yeah, Happy Gilmore is just like a depressed drunk for most of the entire movie, right? And they do this, I'll admit it was a little bit funny, where they do this thing where like he finds like every little thing is like disguised as like a flask or some shit, like where he just hides beer in there. That was funny at first, the first few times they did it, but then they kept doing it throughout the whole movie. And it's just like, I get it. He's drunk. He's drinking beer. I get it. But if that's not, like, enough, like, maybe you can get past that, right? The thing is, this movie is basically, like, filled up with just cameos of, like, characters from the first movie. Or, characters, like, the son or daughter of a character from the first movie. You know? And it's just like, hey, remember this character from this movie? Wasn't this such a good movie? And it's like, dude, fuck off. I'm trying, just make this movie. And then there's like cameos of like celebrities that like aren't even, they're just there. Like fucking like Bad Bunny is in there. He is a bit more of a part of the movie, to be fair. But then like, yeah, other random cameos like Travis Kelce's in there. Eminem is in there. Like Ben Stiller. Like, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what, like, I did, it wasn't like a slog to get through, it wasn't boring, but like, it was stupid. I didn't like this movie. I'm gonna give it an E. Thunderbolts. This one was a good, this seemed like a real turning point for Marvel, because it seems like everything before this is like hit or miss, but now everyone seemed united on Thunderbolts, that this was an actually like really solid Marvel movie. And it's secretly like the 5th Avengers movie. This is kinda like Marvel's version, at least like, I didn't know much about the Thunderbolts before this, right? What I did kind of have an understanding of is it's sort of like Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad, right? Except these are, like, they're not full-blown villains like the Suicide Squad are. Like, these are characters that are like, maybe they were like villainous at one point, but they are trying to do good. Like, you got Yelena, you got Bucky, you got Red Guardian, you got Ghost, you got, John Walker. But, like, it doesn't fall into the trap, it doesn't fall into, like, the issues that a lot of Marvel movies have. Like, I can't remember any, like, misplaced humor. Like, there is humor in this movie, but it all works. It's all, like, used very well. And a lot of Marvel movies end with, like, a big third act spectacle, big fight. Not really this one. This one, like, the whole thing, and it's also, like, some very important and touchy and mature subject matter about, like, mental health and depression and just, like, feeling lonely. And it's tackled really well. I just like how this movie comes together. I like the dynamic and, like, the chemistry between all the characters. And everything they do with Sentry and, or Void, I guess, is really well done. Definitely, like, a lot of people say this is, like, one of the best MCU movies. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's top 10. Like, there's a lot of, it might be top 10. There's a lot of really good MCU movies. So I haven't broken it down in a while, but I'm gonna give it an A. K-pop Demon Hunters. This movie kind of, like, took over the world by storm in a way, like, you don't see, like, a streaming movie do that, right? I don't think the movie itself is anything too crazy. Like, it's a fairly, like, it's a fine movie about, like, a K-pop group who fights demons and also, you know, likes to sing because they're a K-pop group. But, like, I can't lie, the music goes really hard. Like, there's not a single miss in the entire soundtrack. But even beyond that, I do also really like the animation. Like, the animation's, like, it looks goofy when it needs to be, but, like, it's very, like, you can tell, it sort of, like, has that anime sort of, like, I don't know how to put it, it's like, you can see, like, 2D animations, 2D anime, like, inspirations in this 3D animated movie, right? And it was funny, because I originally saw screenshots of this movie, and I thought, like, it just looked a little silly, but, like, then it just started to blow up, and it just kept going, like, it kept blowing up and blowing up. The music is, like, if you go to, like, I was curious, so I went to, like, Sony Pictures Animations, I went to their, like, YouTube channel, and searched their videos by most popular. Like, 8 out of, like, their top 10 most popular videos are songs from K-pop Demon Hunters, and that came out, like, at the time of recording, like, what, 6 months ago, and it's, like a 20-year-old channel or something like that. Like, it's kind of crazy, like, how popular the songs in this, movie got. The movie itself, like I said, is, like, a by-the-numbers animated movie, I guess. You know, music is great, though. The music carries the movie a lot. Like, the music is honestly why I'm considering it an A instead of a B. The animation's great, too. And like the voice acting's great as well. Like definitely like very well done. But I'm gonna give it B. But I'm telling, like, the music is making me consider it an A. A Minecraft movie. This one's gonna go right in the middle of C, because, is this movie good? No. But is this movie fun? Yes. Like, what do I need to say about it, really? It's like Chicken Jockey. You know, that also took over the world by storm. Normally, I do not condone, like, you know, causing a ruckus in a movie theater, because I like those experiences. I like, you know, being able to watch a movie and not, like, have obnoxious people. But just something about the whole Chicken Jockey thing in Minecraft was really funny. I don't really condone the, like, all that went down, but it's funny. I'm not gonna say it's not funny. But this movie, like, I got nothing really to say about it. It's a movie. Like, what it caused, the type, like, the kind of like the meme it created, there's more to say about that than there is about the actual movie. The movie is like, I mean, like, it doesn't look like the live, like, why they went with a live action Minecraft movie, which is just, I think it's dumb. They go with these, they take these video games that would work great as animated movies, but they go live action. This, like, imagine how cool this would have been if it was an animated movie. But at the same time, if this was animated, you probably wouldn't get Jack Black as Steve saying, as a child, I yearn for the mines. So yeah, we're gonna put in C. It goes right down the middle. And this is definitely better than Captain America, so I'm actually putting that down. I'm putting Captain America to D. The Naked Gun. This movie is a blast. Like, it's kind of cliche to say this, but I really don't think they make him like this anymore. Like, it's just, like, it's rare we get a comedy that's just, like, all throughout, just not taking itself seriously at all, and is just goofy the whole time. I love the Naked Gun movies. Like, the original, I watch those, they are hilarious, and this movie understands the assignment. It's like, it's weird, it's kind of like a reboot, kind of remake, but also a sequel? Like, it's weird. It doesn't care too much about that, though. It's just, like, it's just Liam Neeson as Frank Drebin, and you got Pamela Anderson there as well, and, like, they're both hilarious. You know, you might have seen scenes from the trailers that were really funny, like the man's laughter scene, or the take a seat scene, or the one scene, like, looking through, like, those binoculars and seeing things in the kitchen, and how they looked like through the binoculars versus how they were like what was actually happening. Like, all that is really funny, and it just it's all that and then some. I had a lot of fun. I'm actually gonna put The Naked Gun in S tier. Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. I really enjoy the Knives Out movies. I enjoyed this one. It's definitely the weakest of the three, though. I do think they kind of got a bit weaker and weaker as they went along. The first movie was great. The second movie was, I still really enjoyed the second movie, but slightly less great. This movie is a significant dip, but I still found it enjoyable. They did, like, a different thing with, like, who the killer was. In the other movies, it's kind of like, well, this is how we find out who the killer is. Obviously, it was this person, and it was just this person. It couldn't have been anyone else. This one's a little different. They do it a little different. I don't want to spoil how they do it, but they do it a little differently. And, but I do like, you know, a church, like, the church setting gives it a unique setting. But I felt like the cast of characters in this movie was not as memorable as the cast of characters from the first or second movie. I don't know, it's just like, something just didn't click. I don't want to spoil things, and I thought, like, how they figured out the, like, the killer, you know, the mystery, like, when we found out everything that happened, it's a bit convoluted, but, yeah, I still found it enjoyable. A lot of people didn't like this one. I liked it. I'm gonna give it a B. Sinners. Now, this one is an S tier, and I'm letting you guys know I think it's my movie of the year. I did not see this in theaters, and I seriously wish I did, because this movie, first of all, it looks amazing. I'm sure, like, it would have looked even better on a big screen, but, like, my god, it's like, okay, you follow, like, it's basically a story about two brothers, both played by Michael B. Jordan, And he does a really great job. Like, it's weird to say he's got really good chemistry with himself, but he does a really great job making it seem like the two brothers he plays are two different characters, right? Like, it really looks like he's playing two different characters, or it's not just one person playing two different characters, right? He really makes it seem like he's... Okay, I said that already, but also, like, just the aesthetic and, like, the costumes in the movie, but also, it's very well paced. It's like it's 2 hours, but it doesn't feel that way. It kind of flies by, because even, like, things are kind of going, like, a little slow, and, like, at, like, the one party, but, like, you don't feel that. It doesn't feel like it's going slow. You're kind of just, like, engaged, because you feel like, because this is a world where vampires exist, too, and it's, like, you're kind of just waiting for shit to go down. And then when shit goes down, oh boy, you know, and it keeps going. Like, it is, I don't want to spoil too, and this movie's been out for quite a bit, but I want people to see this movie. I think people did see this movie. It did really well at the box office, you know. Everyone I brought this movie up to, they said, oh, I've seen it, and it's really good. But still, I want more people to see this movie. This movie is really good. And yeah, I'm already telling you now, is my movie of the year. Now, on the opposite end, War of the Worlds. We'll just, let's not beat around the bush. This movie's an F tier. Look, I'm not gonna pretend I have an attachment to, like, the War of the Worlds, like, the original, like, you know, story, right? But, I learned a bit about it, and it's interesting. It has an interesting concept. But this movie, like... I will say, this version of War of the Worlds, rather, is kind of so bad it's good. Like, it is really bad, but then it does sort of loop back around and becomes good. Like, it is very funny with how bad it is. Like, the acting is terrible. Like Ice Cube's in the movie. He's actually a good actor, but like I guess he's trying with the source material here. He doesn't really, but it's also kind of weird because he doesn't really have anyone to play off of, right? The whole movie is kind of filmed like a webcam live stream. Like, it's almost filmed like a slightly more professional video, like the one you're watching. And I guess that could work, but like with what you got going on in this movie, it doesn't work. It's just so weird, and like everything. Like, none of the interactions, none of the conversations, like, feel or sound natural at all. There's a lot of, like, overacting, and, the way the movie ends, Amazon saves the day. Amazon delivery saves the day. What streaming service was this movie on? Oh, right! Amazon Prime Video! Big, pat on the back, big, self-glazing from Amazon over there. This movie's bad. But it is kind of funny. Like, I think you will get a kick out of it because of how bad this movie is. The Day the Earth Blew Up, the Looney Tunes movie. Funny story about this one. My friend asked me, like, hey, do you plan on reviewing the new Looney Tunes movie when it comes out? I'm like, yeah, whenever it comes out, I'll go see it and review it. He goes, it comes out tomorrow. Like, what? So yeah, they dropped the ball on advertising this movie, because I didn't know it was coming out until, like, the day before it was coming out. Like, that's kind of crazy. And this movie deserves a lot better. It deserves a lot better than Warner Brothers and David Zaslav. Let's be real, it's mainly just him, just saying like, yeah, we don't actually want to like release this movie. We'll sell it off to, I think, Ketchup, who they've said that they've sold. I think Ketchup Entertainment is the ones who also are getting Coyote vs. Acme. We're finally going to be getting that this year. But as for the movie itself, it's really good. It's like. You know, I think there's still... I love Looney Tunes, by the way. I know it's, like, a bit before my time, but, like, as a kid, I would watch a lot of Looney Tunes. I never really watched too much of, like, the Daffy Duck and Porky Pig cartoons, though. But, this still, like... I like their dynamic. I'm not taking the movie so seriously, because it is Looney Tunes. It is goofy. But basically, what's going on is, like, there's this new gum flavor that's being made, and it basically turns everyone who chews it into zombies. So now Porky and Daffy have to like save the world from this gum, and what like happens from there is funny, and Like, you get the sense that they're brothers, right? You know, like, they got that brotherly relationship. I found this a joy to watch. I'm giving this an A tier. The Karate Kid Legends. This one is just kind of frustrating because it's like, I saw the first Karate Kid a while back. It's a great movie and all that, but I really became a fan of this franchise with Cobra Kai, right? A top 3 favorite show of all time. It's in my trifecta, my holy trinity of shows. That, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Breaking Bad are in my holy trinity, right? So I was excited when I found out that they were doing a new Karate Kid movie, but then I learned more about it. It's like they're bringing Jackie Chan, who's like kind of like the mentor figure from the Jaden Smith movie, and they're bringing in Ralph Macchio, you know, Daniel, from the original movies and from Cobra Kai. That should sound exciting, but it also kind of like, it sort of feels like fan service, and like Cobra Kai did fan service really well with this franchise, but I feel like we've established that the Jackie Chan Karate Kid movie and the Ralph Macchio Karate Kid movies and Cobra Kai by extension, different timelines, like, right? Like, the Jackie Chan stuff isn't canon, and now they're making it canon, and they add some lore to make it canon, which I guess isn't that bad of an idea, but like, then you watch the movie and it just doesn't really work as a movie, but especially as a Karate Kid movie. Like, I guess it's like a okay movie, but as a Karate Kid movie, it's bad. Like, Jackie Chan is there for the first half of the movie, but he's also kind of not there, right? The first half of the movie is mainly about this kid, like Lee, I think his name was. He's already really good at karate, really good at martial arts. He doesn't really need training. He's training his love interest's father to participate in a boxing tournament so he can pay off debt that he owes some shady people for his pizza place. And yes, that is a real thing I just said. That's the first half of the movie. Then the second half of the movie is Lee training to compete in this karate tournament with Jackie Chan as his sensei. But then Daniel just shows up randomly, and now he's a part of the movie. He's also training Lee to participate in this karate tournament. And then there's also this antagonist, you know, this bully character, but we don't see enough of him. We don't really get the sense that they hate each other, so when they fight each other, it doesn't feel like, oh boy, this is what it's been building up to. It's like they interacted like 3 times, you know? It just... And also the movie's edited in a very weird way. Like, it just doesn't feel natural at all. This is just, I'm sorry, like, kind of it's a cash grab. I hate to use that term because, like, it gets used loosely a lot, but this is a cash grab. This is like, Cobra Kai is doing well, so there's a lot of interest, a lot of people like this franchise. We're just gonna fart this movie out, and that's kind of what it feels like. I'm gonna give it a D. It's not an E tier. I think it's better than Happy Gilmore, you know, because it does kind of feel like an actual movie and not like, whoa, remember this? How about this? Oh, you know this celebrity? You know, it doesn't quite feel like that. It does feel like they tried something, but like, I don't like what they tried. And even if I don't like what they tried, they failed. Fantastic Four: First Steps. Another great movie from the MCU. I'm gonna give it an A tier. The MCU, despite, you know, Captain America, the MCU had a really solid year in 2025. It's the long-awaited, you know, debut of the Fantastic Four in the MCU. I feel like we've been waiting for a while, and I first of all, I want to say I do really like everyone they cast as each of the characters. Even Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I'm not a part of the hate train for Pedro Pascal. I feel like just because he's popular and he's appearing in a lot of things, people just want to start hating him. But I did feel like he was a weird pick for Reed Richards. But seeing the movie, I think it works. I think he is a pretty solid Reed Richards. But even still, like, I found it interesting what they did. Like, first of all, it's in like sort of an alternate universe, right? It's like, it's an MCU movie, and it's gonna tie into I cracked something there, but it's okay. It's gonna tie into Doomsday, of course, and the greater MCU. We're gonna see them appear in the Avengers movies. They're gonna go to our main MCU universe, right? But it does take place in a different universe. So, and it's like a retro-futuristic universe. And so it gives it like a unique setting. It gives it like, a unique feel, and it has a unique look, which I like that. But I also like the family dynamic between the four characters, and also you got Franklin Richards, which they didn't have him in any of the other Fantastic Four movies. So this is like, they're trying something different with the Fantastic Four. This also isn't like a what's it called? Like an origin story, because we've gotten that. I think this is a really solid movie, and Galactus is really cool in this movie. And yeah, I just thought this was cool. And again, this along with Thunderbolts, I think the MCU might be back. We need to see this year. We need to see Spider-Man, but also more importantly, Avengers, to see if the MCU is truly back. One battle after another. Another movie I wish I saw in theaters, but I didn't. But either way, S tier. Paul Thomas Anderson nails this movie, and it's crazy. You get a guy like Leonardo DiCaprio, who's been in a lot of movies, won multiple Oscars. He's won an Oscar before, I definitely didn't have to look up how many he's won, and was surprised that he only won one. I thought he won more, but it's okay. But it's Leonardo DiCaprio. He's very recognizable, very prestigious actor. But it's crazy how he can play a character, and you don't see Leonardo DiCaprio. You see Pat or Bob. It'll make sense if you see the movie. Yeah, story, it hooked me. The beginning is kind of insane, and it's kind of like it sort of came out at the right time. I don't want to get political, but it starts with these crazy riots and protests, which that isn't quite happening right now, but certain things are causing protests. So yeah, you get all that, and there's also Sean Penn in this movie, and he is amazing in this movie. I think he should probably win Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. And it's crazy because his character in this movie is fucking disgusting. He is unbelievably despicable in this movie. You want to see him get fucked up. Great performances all around. Fantastic filmmaking as well. It's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. He rarely misses. I'm not too familiar with everything he's done, but from what I've heard, he does not miss too much. And yeah, my movie of the year is still Sinners, but rumor has it this is the One Battle After Another is the front runner for Best Picture, and I wouldn't be upset if it won. Lastly, this shouldn't be last because this should be alphabetized, but it just got all messed up. But lastly, we got Superman, and I'm also gonna put this in A tier. Pretty good year for a superhero, for comic book movies. This was my most anticipated movie of the year. It was the start of the DCU, the new DC universe with James Gunn, and interesting how they started the universe with a world that superheroes exist. Superman already exists. We don't get a Superman origin story. We get some changes to his origin, but we don't get a Superman origin story. The movie's not perfect. James Gunn is great with ensemble casts, and there's a lot of characters in this movie. Some get more screen time than others. But the important ones feel important, but there's other characters that maybe don't get enough time. But obviously Clark Kent, Superman, gets a lot of time. But you got the Justice Gang, so you got Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific is awesome in this movie. Lois, Jimmy Olsen, they're all in this movie. They're all great. Lex Luthor, I think William Holt is a great Lex Luthor. Did just turn out to be a hater. That's kind of his main thing, which is a bit strange, a bit weak, if I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I'm excited to see where the future of the DCU goes. Peacemaker was a bit disappointing, but hopefully that's just a bump in the road, because like this is a great start to the DCU, and also David Cornsweet as Superman, great. I think like for the type of Superman they casted, the type of Superman they wanted to have in this movie, David Cornsweet I think is probably the perfect choice. And yeah, that's my tier list, but I'm going to order them and tell you my ranking from the worst to the best. Okay, I've ordered them. So my ranking of all the movies from 2025 I saw from worst to best is War of the Worlds, Happy Gilmore 2, Karate Kid Legends, Captain America Brave New World, a Minecraft movie, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, K-Pop Demon Hunters, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, Fantastic Four First Steps, Superman, Thunderbolts, The Naked Gun, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. So yeah, I feel like this is a better lineup of movies than last year, as in like the 2024 ranking. I kind of had to like rush that out. I didn't have enough time to catch up on movies I missed because I was working on a big project. No massive project this time, so I had more time to do this. 2026 is looking to be a pretty stacked year for movies. There's seems to be something interested, like at least one thing interesting every month. So hopefully, knock on wood, that's the sound of me knocking on my wood desk that this laptop is set up on. Knock on wood, I watch more movies, and this ranking is a bit more interesting next year. But anyways, what do you guys think of my ranking? If you like the video, come subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!